Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You've heard it since you were in diapers. It sounds like a law of nature, right? Well, sorry to break it to you, but it's a lie. A big, fat, corporate lie. This line didn't come from a doctor or a groundbreaking study on human metabolism. It came from a marketing meeting. In the late 1800s, John Harvey Kellogg, yeah, the guy who invented Corn Flakes, needed a way to sell more grain. Before him, breakfast wasn't even a thing for most people. Then came Edward Bernays, a PR genius working for bacon companies. He literally paid doctors to sign letters saying a heavy breakfast was healthy, just to sell more pork. The truth? Your body doesn't care about the clock. It runs on the energy you've stored over time. Science shows that skipping breakfast is actually great for many people. If you aren't hungry at 8 a.m., don't eat. You aren't breaking your metabolism. You're just ignoring a 150-year-old advertisement. Never wake a sleepwalker. You'll give them a heart attack. This sounds like something out of a 1950s horror movie. The myth says that if you wake someone while they're sleepwalking, they'll go into shock or lose their mind forever. Here's the reality. Waking them up won't kill them. It will make them incredibly confused and disoriented. Imagine waking up in the middle of your kitchen in the dark with no idea how you got there. That's the danger. The real risk isn't the waking, it's the walking. Sleepwalkers fall downstairs, walk out of houses, or even try to drive. So, the best move? Gently guide them back to bed. But if they're about to walk off a balcony, wake them up. A confused friend is better than a broken one. While we're talking about things happening while you're supposedly resting, let's talk about your sleep habits. You've definitely heard this one. The average human swallows 8 spiders a year while sleeping. It's the ultimate nightmare. You're lying there, mouth open, and a spider just wanders in. Total nonsense. Spiders are not suicidal. To a spider, a sleeping human is a giant, vibrating, heat-emitting mountain that breathes. The vibrations of your heartbeat and your breath are terrifying to them. They want to stay as far away from your mouth as possible. This fact was actually created in the 90s by a columnist to prove how fast fake information spreads on the internet. And boy, did it work. You aren't a spider buffet. You're just a loud, snoring giant that they are actively trying to avoid. Next up, goldfish. We've all used them as the ultimate insult for that one friend who forgets everything. You have the memory of a goldfish. 3 seconds and poof, it's gone, right? Wrong. Scientists have put goldfish through some serious testing. It turns out they are actually pretty smart. They can remember things for months. They recognize their owners. They can learn to follow specific lights, and they can even navigate complex mazes to find food. If you have a goldfish at home, it probably remembers you from yesterday. So, the next time you forget your keys, don't blame the fish. Your memory might actually be worse than theirs. Look at a camel. What do you see? A giant walking water tank, right? Everyone thinks those humps are full of liquid to help them survive the desert heat. Hollywood loves this, but if you cut open a camel's hump, you wouldn't find a drop of water. You'd find fat, up to 80 pounds of it. This fat is an energy reserve. By storing all their fat in one spot on their back instead of all over their body, camels stay cooler because they don't have an insulating layer of blubber under their skin. They store water in their blood. Their red blood cells are oval-shaped, which is a genius design. So they keep flowing even when the camel is dangerously dehydrated. They are masters of survival. but they aren't carrying a canteen on their back. Eat your carrots so you can see in the dark. Mom said it. The school nurse said it. But it was actually British military propaganda. During World War II, the British Royal Air Force started shooting down German planes at night with terrifying precision. The secret? A brand new technology called radar. But the British didn't want the Germans to know they had radar. So, they started a rumor that their pilots had superhuman night vision because they ate massive amounts of carrots. The Germans believed it. The public believed it. And 80 years later, you still believe it. Carrots have vitamin A, which is fine for your eyes, but they won't give you night vision. It was all just a clever lie to hide a radar dish. Aristotle told us we have 5 senses: sight, smell, hearing, taste, and touch. And we just stopped counting there. For 2,000 years. In reality, scientists agree we have at least 9, and some say over 20. Close your eyes and touch your nose. How did you do that? You didn't see your hand, and you didn't touch your nose until you arrived. That's proprioception, your brain's sense of where your body parts are. Then there's your vestibular sense. That's balance. There's thermoception for sensing heat, and interoception, which tells you when you're hungry or need to pee. If we only had 5 senses, we'd be the most useless animals on Earth. You have superpowers you didn't even know were senses. Speaking of hidden secrets, what about your brain? Humans only use 10% of their brains. You've seen the movies where someone unlocks the other 90%, and suddenly they can read minds or control time. It's a cool story, but it's 100% fake. We use all of our brain. Every single part has a function. Even when you're sleeping, your brain is firing on all cylinders, processing memories and keeping your heart beating. If you only used 10%, a tiny bit of brain damage would be no big deal. But we know that's not true. You aren't a sleeping genius waiting for a magic pill. You're already using the whole thing. Maybe you just need to use it to stop believing movie plots. Don't crack your knuckles, you'll get arthritis. We've all heard the lecture. It sounds logical, like you're wearing down your joints. But that pop isn't bone rubbing on bone. It's actually gas bubbles, mostly nitrogen, bursting in the fluid around your joints. One doctor actually cracked the knuckles on his left hand for 60 years and never touched his right hand. After 6 decades, he checked for arthritis. The result? Nothing. His hands were perfectly fine. So, crack away. The only thing you're actually hurting is the nerves of the person sitting next to you who hates that sound. Finally, the chameleon. The ultimate ninja, right? Turns green on a leaf, brown on a branch. Perfect camouflage. Except, they don't actually do that. Chameleons don't change color to hide. They change color to talk. It's like a biological mood ring. If a chameleon is pissed off or wants to fight, it turns bright yellow or red. If it's trying to find a mate, it puts on a neon light show. If it's cold, it turns dark to soak up the sun. They aren't trying to be invisible. They are being as loud as possible with their skin. Most of what you see in movies is just Hollywood magic, not biology. We live in a world where facts are usually just old myths or clever ad campaigns. The goldfish remembers. The camel is full of fat. And your blood is never blue. It's all just stories we've stopped questioning.